Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Now today, yes, another World War. Now, sorry that last episode was pretty quick. My cousin Jensen came around. It was a surprising visit, and I didn't realise he didn't really want to do it. So yeah, this is how big Russia is. Jensen said this is how big Russia is. But this is how. I'm only kidding. He thinks it's the biggest. Excuse me. I think we have a little bit more bigger than Florida. Anyways, let's go on over here. Now, the World War has two sides: Florida and Brazil. Of course, Gran Colombia makes the smart move, joining Brazil, because Brazil is destroying Florida. Chile joins Florida. I don't know why. All these countries join Florida. I don't know why. UK joins Brazil. Most of these countries join Brazil. Well, I'll just tell you if they do it, because this can take millions of years. We're gonna go back to the Stone Age. So Gran Colombia sending Brazil loads of weapons like guns, 20 soldiers per hour. This is their tactic for them to win the war. They have little helicopters, choppers, everything coming to help Brazil. Brazil then makes a little tiny country for them. And they make this country called Brazil and Gran Colombia. They're pretty cute. And this is where all they stock up and stuff, then boom, they give it to the Brazils. And this is where the Brazils stock up and they give it to the Gran Colombians, and so on and so on. Mostly Gran Colombia though, is because they want them to win the war. USA makes a stupid decision and joins Brazil. But that is pretty smart at the same time, because USA decides, why not invade Florida? They take some land and then phone Brazil. This is how it goes. And Gran Colombia, just the country. Come on, oh. Yes. Hello. Oh, the USA. Okay. What do you want? I want to invade Florida. Okay. Why not? And so it happens. The Florida invasion happens. Straight away, Brazil's armies just pushes out Florida from here, and USA is immediately happy. Florida is already looking like it is getting destroyed. So Florida then decides to do not a smart decision, I would say. They decide to put landmines, yes, landmines here. Now USA and Brazil already know that it's morally good to go there, because that's where less polls and stuff, and know Florida would protect it, not being dumb. So and know that they will put loads of landmines there, and strong stuff. So they decide to attack more Norman. But then they know they can't, because there is a yellow of soldiers right here. Right along the border. Yes, they'll get a lot of land from it, but will eventually get pushed out after a few painful things. So USA decides to bring all the stuff here. Now this place is not guarded as well, as you would think, because we have the Florides mountain range. Yes, it has changed. The Florides mountain range spreads along. They have the third biggest mountain. I made this up, by the way. This is a fictional scenario. It's just like extremely massive, like massive mountain range. So they decide to put no troops here, or little troops. So they decide, why not move through the terrain? They decide to use the smallest mountain peak, the Lakio Peak. The Peak of Lakio. Pretty small. They also decide to send a lot of chopters over it and some supplies they'll drop down for the people who are attacking up there. So they send like around a lot of chopters to go there. A lot of chopters just, and a lot of like people climbing the mountain just absolutely demolishes like the two military camps that are right next to each other. Like in a sec. Like just gone. They get over to the mountain's peak and they decide to go back down. They get here and hold up. They weren't expecting this. In a surprise event, there was loads of Floridan people armies surrounding it. Hey, maybe Florida's not that stupid. Some are mountain ranges, some not. Brazil and USA not expecting this. The helicopter seen that and already warned them. So they retreated over the hill. Back around into here. And now, this is where no armies are. So they just easily roll over this area until they meet the army border. But most of the soldiers are around here. Actually, all of them are. So they absolutely trample the army and push through till they get to the tip of here and even start pushing into more land. The civilians are not that strong. They decide to go near to cut these off. This is one of the most populated areas, so it's not dying. They had to be pushed out. So yeah. They get pushed over here and then the unthinkable happens. The surrender of this territory. The Brazil takes all of thy land. So, yeah. Now is just pretty much the big bit they're going to go for. But they're going to go for this tiny land right here. USA already knowing that, they're going to have to share it. USA asked Brazil if we can just send loads and loads and loads of armies over here if you give me. And Brazil's like, sure. So the USA is just start trampling Floridese people. They are going for the capital of this state. And which you couldn't guess was here. That is their goal, is to get that. They are very close. There's not a lot of rebels of Florida people. They're easily destroying them, as you could say. They're going for the capital, very close to the capital of this state. They haven't slightly got it yet, because they're getting pushed. Again, these guys have a massive wall here. I think they've learned from Brazil's massive wall tactic that it's smart. And then Brazil starts to thinking, should it attack? So it attacks. It starts trampling a lot of land already. Florida getting trampled over here like elephants. Then a little military just starts fighting. This is one military base by Brazil, so the war should be a little easy. So they meet together and they start invading up north into here, but are very quickly stopped. They are starting to get near the peak. They weren't close enough. They get this massive floor hole leading to the surrender of this area and the surrender of this. So they're starting. They get super close to the capital. Florida, knowing that they can't, they start just little by little surrounding the thing. Both of the bases meet up. Florida has officially surrounded it. Oh, by the way, all the other tiny, like, micro cities and stuff just give up. So, yes. Now has became a fight of the centuries. Or little land. They just start getting pushed in. They don't realize they can die easily and pretty quickly. Capital has been circled. But then there's been a massive catch. They just start pushing in very slowly. They surround it until it's no more. And they now own it. Let's now delete all of this. Gonna wanna live that way. Somebody that the world used. Somebody that you used to know. Didn't have to be a fight back. Didn't have to come your fight back. Now USA and Brazil has cut this area into tiny bits. Brazil decides that USA is pretty small, but it is also very terribly strong. But now they are planning on making the full surrender of Canada complete. But hold on. Knock knock, there's a noise. It's up north. An aggression pact by the UK. They ask if there's an aggression pact to attack Florida. And they agree. Except they don't know when UK is going to attack Florida. UK already starting its invasion plan. is already starting to push in up south, trying to capture all southern territory. Straight away, Florida's didn't want to take another lose, so they start, this time, nicely getting over the UK. Not getting trampled, because the UK didn't have enough help this time. The two militaries meet, and they are attempting to capture this little area called Namasho right here. Very special for the British. It's a very strong with a lot of oil. So yeah, that's why this tiny city is being left alone. UK sent nearly all of its army there, meaning that the Floridas have started their lovely field day on the Brits. They are winning the field day. Very goodly winning the field day. But unlucky for them, they are stopped when the British people get there. And the British people just start rebelling against them. The little tiny city gets access back to the UK. Florida tries to write them a non-aggression pact, but they don't realise that UK is already struck once again for the 40th time already. They don't realise while they carry on waiting for UK to receive the message. UK received the message, but they do not stop. Florida doesn't know that UK is still trampling all of their mini camps and wanting more. They do not realise that they are just there. So people knowing this is the perfect time to attack, Brits get some help down south. The north it's looking good for UK. The UK is starting to just absolutely cut Florida off from one of its most populated areas, but still it starts to get trampled. Not actually a lot of armies there, but boom, there it is. UK's massive rain has nearly been stopped when the Florida Prime Minister has heard about the invasions and how they received the note and thrown it straight into the bin. They do not realise that they are getting attacked, though, by this northern. So they start putting a munch of troops, just barricading all the way here, just nines of just millions and billions upon trillions of troops just right there. It has been estimated that this is around 16 million troops. Biggest invasion ever. So that is more than half its thing. So Brazil just goes for it. Florida is just collapsing. It's done something super duper dumb on their biggest territory. This could have been a big, nice, juicy, really good fight. This could be, But no, it wasn't. Because guess what? Florida just put over half of its whole military on this bit. So they can't do anything. They just start getting trampled on. They literally their only land left is here, where most of their armies are, by the way. So boom, being stupid and just got wiped out the planet. By the way, UK grabbed some of this because they let UK come in and grab a few little spots here. Florida has just done something super stupid, guys. Brazil is just clapping its hands right now. Like, Brazil knows that Florida has just done something so stupid that mankind doesn't even know how to do this. Except for anyone from Florida, no offense. It's just that Florida just did this to itself. They did this to themselves, guys. UK asks Brazil and them nicely if UK can connect its territories here and here, someone can own this. They say sure, and well, Florida's army here, mostly here. Wow, perfect, does not reach where the Brits are planning to go. So the Brits are able to just push through down into here of the collapsion and just starts it. The Brits over here are doing fine, but Florida has like half of its military it had before. Yes, half, because it still has some of its military. Remember, but all of this land is about to be taken by the British. As soon as these meet up, Florida's technically dead. So Florida makes massive, I mean, basically all its troops right here, knowing they'll die. This is actually not a stupid move. Because they know they are going to die, so they decide to just keep that there. So that invasion just stops. Florida, it just stops. It's how many people there. They can't fight back. It just stops. UK is starting to dig into Alaska. Pretty good though. Way good. Too good. Not that they annex Alaska. The Brits are strong in this, okay? I mean, they kind of split it up. This line is the split. Actually, yes. I feel like this is good. The USA has just got its land. It was late to the party. He finally spend time with his dad. Dad's finally got the milk. Ouch! I feel sorry. UK is starting to annex. Florida's strong, so Florida doesn't give up. Just that. Okay, now UK does a little dumb decision. It's not as dumb as Florida, but puts about a quarter. So this is around 2 million people. 2 million soldiers here. Plus, by the way, Florida has just 24 million. And half of its thing. What's half of 22? 11 million is here. So that would easily trump the Britons. For one thing. Everybody has been giving Brits some new weapons, because, you know, it's, well, 1300s, so they have future guns, they have bumps, basically a gun, a strong gun, a very, very, very strong gun. And Florida's still, like, it's still strong, but they're living back in 2800s. That's 200 years behind time. Yeah, that's right. 200 years in time back. Kind of like a week of Viking. So, yeah, Florida. Yeah, he's keeping them at bay. Because, like, it's still 16 million outnumbers it by a lot. So, UK does the unthinkable. All of the armies here, right? But UK thinks that Florida is a little stupid. Florida was smart in my past episodes, and now Florida's just became stupid for some reason. Boom! Technically they're connected, just not in a quick way. They would have to go. Florida does not realize this, and now Florida is not getting trampled. It's getting killed. It's getting killed. See that? They start destroying all of this. Hey, Mom! You must be well enough. You must be well enough to go to school if you're well enough to shout. Revenge, bro. Just oh well, you were upstairs, you know, having really, really good fun. You were just shouting at me, Dad, yeah? You must be feeling super well now. Wow. That's what I thought. Anyways, we are back. Now, sadly for Florida, well, you know what's about to happen. Now they have a quicker way after this, so, yeah. This is 40 million men. And to give you the population of Florida right now, well, 33 million population. They have more army strength of only this than the whole population of Florida. Florida's getting trampled. I'm sorry. I know, like, Florida was putting up a good fight, okay? We can say that. Archie, he was taking up a good fight. But we all know he was gonna die, so don't feel guilty for killing Florida. Florida may or may have not been the biggest superpower, but, like, don't worry. He'll die now. Florida is just getting trampled now, at the least. The territory of this just decides to do the smart thing, surrenders to the Britons. So, like, we'll just cut this border. That means it's not. Also, this surrenders. No, wait, they're the same borders. Okay, they all just surrender. They're all just starting to surrender. They just surrender. Now they just do a massive advancement down here. This bit is not thinking about surrendering though. it's doing tiny pushbacks like that, but then it just gets trampled. Like they're not getting trampled as much as last time because they own more territory. I mean they didn't, but like they have more armies here. The 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 next this colonize this what do they call it again? This what is it called? You know what I'm talking about. This love thing. Ah, not love thing. Uh, this brother. This if this state. Yes, there we go. State bit capital right here and second capital right here. They wanted two capitals. They don't ask me. This is the size of the capital, so this has also more population than the capital. So they said if they get conquered, they 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 will officially give up as this part of the state. So UK already knows what it's doing, and it's just trampling all single Florida men except for the protection zone. These are literally called Protection Zone 1 and Protection Zone 2. This is Protection 1 and this Protection 2. Protection 2 is bigger and stronger and is holding back the Brits more than Protection Zone number 1, who is still holding back the Brits, but not as good as this bit is. But then, they're thinking about surrendering because like, it's going to be pretty hard for them to keep just 2 islands and all of this bit wrecked. So they're thinking about surrendering sometime soon. But they haven't surrendered yet. Because the Brits may be looking strong, but they think that another country could rise up into power and destroy them one day. And they think if they wait out enough, they could get at least fair share half their territory back. So this bit doesn't surrender until they're wrong. UK is one of the biggest in the world. It will not be stopped by any global superpower. So you know what? They decide to just let it go and just let this bit be completely annexed. But they just stop when the third most best capital gets captured. So yeah, there's 3 bits of Maine, Florida that just this, just Florida's just this now. Florida doesn't know this may be one of its biggest territory clone that it owns. Colony, yeah, colony. So yeah, they are not giving up. Florida is very beast, like not giving up this massive land, so big. But then again, I want to show you something. This is the capital, right? Most population by far. Holds 10 million people. About 3/4 of the population. So, yeah. Yeah. All of the army men from here just go into there. They surrender over here. This country gets completely annexed. Just quickly. Just gets, you know what? Get about a burn, racist, the burn, masses. Nothing is what you do. Nothing can make it. Nothing is song. Make me song. Dancing in the moon. Dancing in the moonlight. Dancing in the moonlight. Dancing in the stars so bright. This just Florida is about to become British controlled. Like half of its land is about to become British controlled. It is just like horror for this tiny country now. It used to be one of the biggest countries. I think it would be the biggest country in history without empires, of course. That would still be UK, and I think Mongolia would still be bigger. Florida, I mean UK. Why would Florida survive? It seems like Florida. It's not looking like it's surrendering. Cause still, let's look at the capital again. The capital has been surrounded. Actually, one of the biggest cities ever. It's not bigger than Mexico City though. It's one of them. It's the 16th. 16th. Did I say 16th? I meant 6. 6. No, 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. Fine, 6. Right, 6. So they just decide it. They just give up on life. Florida just goes into a reclining ball and just hibernates like a bear, knowing that they're going to be destroyed and trampled by just like. I think we found the Poland of here. Because Poland got absolutely trampled. It was the first country to die. Oh, Poland, oh, Poland, oh, Poland. L Poland in the chat. L Poland in the chat. So, Brazil is just like, okay, Florida gave up. I'm not going to annex all of its territory. I'm going to be nice. So did the Brits. Just that. Hold on. The Brits got a little bit more land. So Brazil thinks it's unfair, so that how much they've given it. So UK lets this happen. They literally grab about around the same size actually. So yeah, Brazil and UK make an agreement to split Florida. Now I know they were like at the beginning like, let's not annex fully Florida. Let's let him suffer. Let's let him be Poland. Let's let him be our slaves. Now they're like, we should kill him. So they just split him. They just one shot. Actually, no. Florida fights back because they know they get attacked. So Florida just uses full of its territory to do 12 biggest and to do the biggest invasion known to mankind that worked and got biggest. Just sending out all of its armies and then it dies. So yeah, this is all, and it just wants to be remembered in history. But then they just absolutely get trampled. This would be the biggest though. They get trampled. Let's just say. Boom, bang, bop. Florida gets destroyed. Right, I know how many people probably thought that. But I am very surprised that these guys just cut him. Florida gets cut. I know people's going to be so surprised and shocked at this massive event that just took place. UK just annexing some of Florida. Brazil annexing some of Florida. Brazil and UK. Let's look outside of here and let's see who the biggest country is. It's looking very UK-ish. Just there's a lot of UK people just here. UK's like on every continent. Egypt, calm down. Oh yeah, by the way, they pushed Australia out. So yeah, there we go. Australia gets out of Madagascar. UK is looking very messy here. So I'm going to sort that out by deleting some and then just making one bigger. So yeah, UK's just grown into power and owns basically the top of South America. No, the top of USA and Canada. I mean a little bit of USA. So yeah, UK has trampled its old territory to join him. They also be nice once and give their son a little advantage and they grow big. Boom. And now UK is basically the overall power. Russia still is a threat, but like UK is 10 times bigger than the border goal and everything. So yeah, and by the way, there's very slowly, but there's going to be only one country in Asia. I mean, two technically. So yeah, 2 countries will be remaining in Asia. 3 actually, I'm doing 3. We're not counting Russia as Asian. So that's basically. So what, I'm gonna do it now. Asians are starting to get mad. No, look, the Empire of Korean is just scary. It scares Australia too much, and Australia decides to take and completely Australia just decides to grow. Australia takes this. Arabian Empire is like, okay, I've got bored of this. So India gets destroyed. Arabia takes that. So yeah. This gets deleted because now the Arabian Empire has seemed to have annexed most of the territory around it. Any King dynasty that's been alive. Yes, money, and well, they give it to him. They just asked money. They gave money to them for this. I mean, they gave them money, and they gave them money to take this. Yes. So yes, that concludes the mini World War 3. God, I need to make that mini World War 3 now. Hold on. That mini World War 3, and there will be an actual World War 3 soon. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these.